Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next blind reaction video. Optimus Prime versus Gundam DeathBattle. Which is why there are no ponies here. It's like I've decided to hide the ponies because this time it's a death battle, so the good news is none of the main six are involved this time, so good for them. Yes. Well, somebody asked me to do this one, so I will. And I do kind of like these death battle videos. I think they're pretty good. But, oh no, it's a Gundam! Well, that's just Prime. Alright, anyways, so let's just get on with it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1...
Check out 23andMe, a DNA testing service that can offer insight into your
I guess they gotta pay the bills somehow.
And traits. The 23andMe Health and Ancestry
those
Service
are
includes
expensive.
reports on how your DNA can influence your weight, sleep quality, sense of taste, and more. It's super
Okay,
easy to
you
do.
say so.
You just spit into the tube and mail it back to their lab to be analyzed. I learned a lot
Yay.
about my family tree, and I'm probably
Nice.
a little lactose intolerant. Order your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit at 23andme.com/deathbattle. That's the number 23andme.com/deathbattle.
I love that. Where did I get this discount from? I got it from DeathBattle. Okay. Huh? Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
Across this vast world of different nations with different people, it is the clash of opinions which truly divides us. However, there
kidding.
is one universal truth, which absolutely everyone can agree on.
What just
Giant
happened?
robots are freaking awesome! Like Optimus Prime, the original G1 Transformer.
And the RX-78-2, the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
It's the
These aren't just
Gundam!
any robots, they're the old school classics. The first of their kind.
Interesting.
And we're in for a robo battle of East versus West.
Well, Optimus was originally a Japanese toy.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
The Gundam is not actually a robot. Sort of.
Millions of years ago, on a distant planet called Cybertron, a great unrest grew between two factions of robotic beings, the Decepticons and the Autobots.
Yes.
With little warning, they found themselves entangled in civil war.
Led by that douchebag Megatron, the Decepticons started gunning down any bot they pleased for basically no reason, including some guy named Orion Pax, which will be important later. Rest in peace, Robro.
What
that made me
Megatron didn't
sad.
know was that this seemingly random encounter would end up reshaping the universe.
Thanks
Oh,
to
and
a
how was
robot
that?
Gandalf, Orion Pax was rebuilt into something bigger, stronger, and way more recognizable.
The newest commander of the Autobots had risen, Optimus Prime.
Autobots will never sacrifice freedom.
Optimus is a powerful warrior with tons of awesome robo powers.
As a transformer, he can scan nearby objects and morph his body to resemble one, becoming a robot in disguise.
His favorite is a classic 1979 Kenworth K100 tractor. An oldie but a goodie which sports 500 horsepower and can book it over 80 miles per hour. He even gets a trailer which, when he doesn't need it, mysteriously disappears into thin air. No, really, where the hell does that thing go?
I don't know.
Need to know.
More importantly, the life force of every Transformer resides in their spark, sort of like a soul. And
Sure, if you say
Optimus
so.
is no different, except that his spark gives him a few unique abilities.
Yeah, only a few.
Yeah, his spark's pretty rare.
Ow,
Compared
ow,
to
ow,
other
ow.
robo people, it gives him increased strength, speed, and durability. He can shoot laser beams from his hands, fly with either a jetpack or his feet boosters, and move his limbs around while they're detached like some sort of ghost robot Rayman. Ooh!
Okay.
Optimus is referred to as a 0.1%er. That is how rare a being of his caliber is.
Is that what all those people on Wall Street were protesting?
Even then, many of Optimus's abilities are further enhanced thanks to his possession of one of the most powerful artifacts in Cybertron's history, the Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah, you know, it's nothing much. It's just a piece of robot god.
The Matrix is a conduit for the power of Primus, the creator of the Transformer race. With this, Optimus can heal some of his most grievous wounds.
But not all the time. Like, you know, when he died.
And use the power
And then everyone revolted.
to light
No, Optimus. No.
power.
Well, he has an impressive arsenal to hopefully keep that particular problem from coming up again.
Yeah, never again. Regardless,
Really?
he wields the Ion Blaster, a giant death cannon which Prime one-hands like a boss. This big old rifle fires bolts of energy strong enough to take down most Decepticons, and can even be fired into space from ground level. Even better, it never seems to run out of ammo. One can only dream.
Optimus Prime also carries numerous weapons composed of Energon, a raw energy force used by Transformers to power their technology and, well, themselves.
He's got a glowy Energon axe and Energon swords, perfect for slicing up robots of all sizes. And I guess they probably work pretty good on people too.
Fighting fire with fire, Optimus Prime led the fight against the Decepticons for several millennia. Eventually, the war even found its way to our own Earth.
But we've got nothing to worry about with Optimus protecting the planet. He's
Yay.
tanked blasts that would tear other bots apart, like when this mega refinery exploded. It could be seen from outer space.
Bummer.
He's punched the ground so hard, the trees around him freaking exploded.
Child's play, Boomstick. He's strong enough to tip this large oil tanker, which, when compared to the real-life sea-wise giant, must weigh over 700,000 tons.
Oh, is that
He's
all?
tossed a satellite into orbit and punched hard enough to crack 6 shots chest plate.
Who boasted that his armor was drawn from the compacted subatomic matter of a collapsed star. Just to
Okay,
let you know,
that sounds
such
impressive.
a star would have a density of over 300 billion tons per cubic inch. While great density doesn't necessarily beget great toughness, this still means Six-Shot's armor was 500 billion times more dense than osmium, the most dense natural material on Earth.
You're
Man.
the most dense natural material.
I didn't
on
know
Earth.
it was gonna be a test.
And our robo-commander wrecked it. He's fast enough to catch up to this Decepticon space shuttle in just 23 seconds.
Given the size of the Earth here and the angle of ascent, we can determine he's moving around 125,000 miles per hour.
That's pretty
He's
good.
also a talented leader, capable of commanding 1,000 battles at the same time via the Omniglobe.
Like Skynet, but in a giant disco ball. He's used that crazy
Oh, man.
strength of his to punch through Megatron, who once tanked an explosion big enough to knock Cybertron out of orbit. And thanks to the weird robo-magic of the Matrix, he's even defeated Unicorn,
Unicron.
who's basically a giant robot Satan who eats planets. This guy is unstoppable.
Not necessarily. Optimus is certainly powerful, but after all is said and done, he has one major weakness.
To violate that law would destroy our honor.
He's just too nice.
Just too nice?
He's
Really?
kinda all about the whole honor and fair fighting thing, which
Well,
kind
he
of
is a
screwed him
hero.
over more than once, and
Yeah.
even gotten him killed multiple times. Plus,
Oh.
he killed himself once just because he accidentally broke the rules in a freaking game. Yeah.
But when his back is to the wall and all hell's breaking loose, he'll fight to the end, riding the eye of the storm.
Yo.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Darn it, I had no idea
In the
there was
year
so much backstory.
2179, humanity has embraced the stars.
Well, mostly.
Right. After a somewhat united humanity expanded across the solar system, the ideologies between those on Earth and those in space began to drift apart. A new space-noid republic, the Principality of Xeon, arose to challenge the Earth Federation.
Space
I
Noid?
haven't seen
That like
these
the
images
Domino's pizza mascot, but in space?
No.
No, more like space Nazis.
Yeah. What do you mean, like?
Oh, well, I guess it's no surprise that they started a war by gassing
Oh.
a populated space colony and dropping the whole thing on the planet. Man,
Yeah.
that's messed up. But
Yeah, it
that's
is.
just how it started. For the real star of the show, some smart guys put their heads together and came up with the coolest thing they could think of. Giant fighting robots.
These were mobile suits, and one of Earth's nuttier engineers had developed a suit which would put all others to shame. This was the RX-78-2, otherwise known as
The Gundam.
There have been lots of mobile suits named Gundam, but
Yep.
this was the original granddaddy of them all.
This experimental mobile suit was hidden on a remote colony, but before its maiden voyage with the equally classified white base could begin, it was caught in a surprise Xeon attack.
With just 2 Zaku suits, the space Nazis wiped out almost all of the white base's military crew. The
No.
only people left to save these secret projects were civilians, who had no idea these things even existed.
Among
Yeah.
those who rose up was a young boy named Amuro Ray. Brilliant, albeit standoffish, Amuro was actually the son of the Gundam's chief engineer. and had already stumbled upon the mech's coded blueprints.
So he grabbed the owner's manual, jumped in the Gundam, and flew into the fight. Damn, not too shabby for going off just the manual.
Amuro quickly adapted to its complex controls thanks to its learning computer system, designed so the Gundam itself can learn its pilot's limitations and compensate.
Its body is made of a super durable Luna titanium alloy called Gundarium. Of course.
Yet another fictional metal that's way better than anything in real life.
For weapons, it's got twin 60mm Vulcan guns for ears. It's got a shield that can block shots strong enough to take down warships, and a gravity hammer, a supersized flail that's rocket propelled. Whoever came up with that is my goddamn hero. Same with the guy who built the ultra-destructive beam rifle.
That would be the ingenious Dr. Minovsky. Thanks to him, the beam rifle is a marvelous feat of weapons engineering. Minovsky had developed a way to miniaturize the enormous megaparticle cannons found on warships without losing any power.
The result is a Gundam-sized rifle that can take down entire fleets of ships all on its own. It's like having a pistol with all the power of 1,000 tanks.
A single shot could easily tear through a 13,000-ton Musai-class warship. Given the official stats of this ship, to tear it asunder like so would require a strike worth nearly 9,000 tons of TNT.
Sure, the beam rifle
How the heck
only
did they
has
figure that
16
out?
shots, but who really cares when you just need one?
Last but not least, the Gundam carries two retractable beam sabers.
Because you can't have space battles without royalty-free lightsabers.
But all these amazing weapons would be useless without an exceptional pilot. Despite still technically being a civilian, Amuro became the main pilot for the Gundam. Turns out his skill was mostly thanks to his previously unknown abilities. Amuro was a new type.
Like, Pokemon?
See, apparently humankind was never meant to live under gravity's pull. In space, without it literally weighing down their souls, some humans develop psychic powers.
That is the dumbest backstory for why someone gets powers. And we've heard a lot of them, Wiz. So what, he can like read minds or something?
Sort of. These powers and their capabilities have little definition, often differing between different people. Most new types can instantly understand each other.
I like that it lasts for more than 4 hours,
even
please
drawing
consult
kinship
Dr.
between
Minovsky.
foreign enemies. Amuro's abilities in particular grant him something akin to precognition. He can predict exactly what will happen on the battlefield and where his enemies will be, and can capitalize on it if he reacts fast enough.
How could he possibly predict I'd attack from the other side?
Through the power of the
Shot
writers,
down
that's
targets
how.
too fast for the eye to see, and navigated his friends through a collapsing fortress with no casualties. By the end of the war, his own reflexes were pushing the limits of the Gundam itself.
A magnetic coating was added to the Gundam to compensate, reducing the suit's friction and increasing its speed by 27%.
Over 14 years of military service, Amuro became a legendary pilot. He even learned how to use these super fast funnel guns with his Psycho powers.
Speaking of speed, the Gundam is comparable to the red Zaku piloted by Amuro's rival Char, which is 3 times faster than the standard green model.
During the first large-scale battle with mobile suits, a Zaku flew through the battlefield in 7 seconds.
By comparing the 1,072-foot-long Magellan-class starships in the distance, we can tell the Zaku flew over 7 miles. This puts the standard Zaku's top speed just under Mach 5. When tripled to compare to Char, this means the Gundam can move at least 11,000 miles per hour, 15 times the speed of sound. Highballing it with Amuro's new type powers and magnetic coating, it's possible the Gundam can move as fast as Mach 25. Though anything over that would put it dangerously close to re-entry speeds, which its chassis cannot survive on its own.
The Gundam is strong enough to lift and throw this goofy mobile suit, and tough enough to power through a magnetic field that's 7,200 degrees Fahrenheit. It survived plenty of really big explosions, including a detonating asteroid and a nuclear blast which wrecked Amuro's home colony. I bet it could wipe out the space Nazis all on its own.
It nearly did. Amuro and his Gundam were instrumental to the war effort. It doesn't matter how much the Gundam was burned. It would always stand up, dispel the fear, and fly.
Well, let's just say there was the moment at the end. So,
All right, the combatants are
I'm
set.
not
Let's
sure
end
who's
this
gonna
debate
win.
once and for all.
But first, let me transform your eating habits.
By now,
Again,
you've
gotta
probably
pay the
heard
bill
of
somehow.
Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
But did you know about all the different kinds of delicious foods you can make? Like the honey chipotle glazed chicken with poblano and lime rice.
There's plenty to choose from, since they offer 12 new recipes each week.
thinking, hey,
All
does
you have
anybody
to
on
do
the
is
crew
choose
know
the
how to
2,
cook?
3, or 4 that sound best to you, and they deliver
You
it
gotta
right
film
to
me
your
a
door.
commercial for
Plus,
Blue
it's
Apron.
super simple to cook. It's got easy to follow instructions and perfectly proportioned ingredients. They're non-GMO, and the meat has no added hormones. My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/battle.
Okay.
That's blueapron.com/battle to get your first 3 meals free.
Yet another weird
But right
promo. It's
now,
like, where'd they get
it's
this
time
discount
for a
from?
Death Battle!
Yes, it's time for the Death Battle! Charge! I don't know who... the Gundam, maybe? I'm not so sure anymore. I didn't know Optimus was so well armed. Nice.
Amuro, come in. Where are you?
I'm checking something out, Sayla. It's more than meets the eye.
Get your butt back to White Base.
Hey!
If there's trouble, we can't send backup.
Okay. Let's go. Oh! Fight!
I told you.
That's not a mobile suit, that's Optimus Prime! Oh! I never thought I would hear Amuro say that. Oh!
There you are.
Uh-oh. Yo! Ooh! Nice shot. Ow. Ugh. Uh-oh. Yo!
Bio-Decepticon, I have been in battle for countless eons.
He's not a Decepticon? Ooh! Oh my gosh. Ooh! What? Oh! Uh-oh. Ugh, wow. What? Ooh! Oh no!
Not today.
Whoa! Ooh! Ow. Uh-oh. Really? Uh-oh. Oh dear. Ooh. My gosh. This is gonna hurt. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Oof. That's a good landing.
I hate gravity.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Ow. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Ow. Ow. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh dear. Ow. Uh-oh. Nice. Uh-oh. Well, that was close. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm just bad.
Ooh.
I must stand, so you shall fall.
Oh my gosh. What just happened? Oh! He blew up the Gundam! No! What? Nice going, Optimus.
He's got the touch! He's got the power!
The Gundam was an impressive machine, and Amuro was a skilled pilot, but Optimus's millions of years of battle experience completely overshadowed Amuro's 14. Also, we already know that Optimus was over 6 times faster and 9,000 times stronger.
Holy hell! Who knew Optimus was so freaking buff? But the Gundam held plenty of its own advantages. With Amuro's super future sense powers, he could keep up with Optimus's speed. And with the Gundam's firepower, who cares how much it could lift?
Unfortunately, the Gundam's limited ammunition meant this couldn't last. And even then, Optimus could certainly survive a shot from the beam rifle.
Remember that refinery explosion Optimus survived? The one you could see from outer space?
This blast left an enormous gash on the planet Cybertron. To measure the power of this explosion, we needed to compare it to the curve of the planet. Now, Cybertron's size is pretty inconsistent throughout G1 Transformers history, but even when using the alternating sizes between the cartoon and the comics, the blast is far more destructive than the beam rifle in both cases.
And Optimus just walked right out of that bitch. And this isn't some weird outlier just out of the comics either. In the cartoon, Megatron survived a blast that pushed Cybertron out of orbit. And he's pretty comparable to Optimus.
To be fair, the Gundam boasts some impressive durability feats too.
Like when Amuro accidentally blew up a Zaku's nuclear reactor right in his own face. Hey, give him a break. It was his first time.
This explosion created a hole in the space colony which sucked out Amuro's father.
Oh no.
On the bright side, he's gonna save some money on Father's Day gifts, right?
And with his height in mind, we deduced the scope of the explosion.
It's over 150,000 kilotons of TNT.
I wanna know how they calculate those kind of things.
More powerful than the bomb that dropped on Hiroshima, but still nowhere close to the refinery explosion Optimus survived.
Also, the Gundam couldn't dodge Optimus's ion blaster forever. It was fast enough to strike targets in orbit from ground level. That puts its laser speed over 3 million miles per hour.
Even when he knew it was coming,
Maybe
Amuro
it's
couldn't
really
react quick
good
enough to
targeting
dodge
software.
or block anything that fast. And even then, Optimus's time in the Omni-Globe proves he can think way faster than Amuro.
And just to blow your mind even more, in order to obliterate Unicron with the Matrix, the energy output must have equaled more than
A
40
lot.
Yoda-tons of TNT.
Like the Star Wars guy.
What the heck is a Yoda ton?
And you know what they say, size matters not, especially when Optimus has defeated opponents as big as Devastator.
The Gundam was a powerful mobile suit with some astonishing firepower, but was ultimately outmatched by the Autobot's strength, speed, durability, and experience.
I'd say Optimus was primed for this fight.
The winner
Good
is
one.
Optimus Prime.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see the exclusive commentary on this episode, just click that little box over there.
And if you want the battle music for yourself, click the link down below and you can get it off of iTunes.
See you in the next one.
Oh, bye. Thanks for working so hard, guys. Huh? Uh-oh. What's that? Why that might be problematic. I guess. Nightwing versus Daredevil. Okay. Yeah, that pretty much summed up my feelings on this. It's like, wow. I'm glad they've gotten so technical, but it's like, I didn't know they had the ability to calculate how big an explosion was based on images from comic books and TV. It's like, how are you able to figure out a hole that size require, you know, X kilotons of explosives? But I guess that's kind of the nature of this, that, yeah, it's like, we're going to try to use as much science and stuff and logic and reasoning to decide who is going to win this fight, because obviously we can't just have them fight because they're fictional characters, so that sounds like cheating. It's like you're in this giant massive explosion and it basically did nothing to them at all. That seems a little unreasonable, to be honest. Whatever, I don't know. But anyway, I'm glad I hit the ponies because this was kind of harsh. It's a death battle, it's always harsh, I guess, but you know, unfortunately, about halfway through this, I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was so much backstory and history to Optimus Prime. It's been a while since I've seen the original series. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen the entire original series. I remember seeing bits and pieces of it, but... But at first I thought the Gundam was gonna win, because I thought, it's better armed and better armored. Then I didn't know that, oh, Optimus Prime has all these crazy powers, and he's super fast, and his gun can do all these crazy things, and... oh. So, unfortunately, I have to agree with them. The Gundam was a pretty good war machine, but it's still just a machine. Well, it's like Optimus Prime. I was thinking it's almost like a god. Certainly in terms of pop culture, definitely. It's like, when they first killed Optimus Prime in the first movie, the first animated movie, let's just say I did not like that movie at all. But anyway, I heard there was such a backlash over them killing Optimus Prime that they had to have another movie and bring him back, or something like that. I also didn't realize that there was all this new footage of, like, the original Gundam series. I mean, it makes sense to me when I think about it. I mean, yeah, the original Gundam series was made in, like, the 80s. I could definitely see with some modern technology, they could pretty much redo that series and it would be good. There's obviously a bazillion Gundam movies and series and Gundams and mobile suits and so... In fact, even on Netflix, I saw that there's a series called Gundam Unicorn. I'm gonna use this as an excuse to say, of all the things that I would think that they would base a Gundam around, a unicorn was not gonna be one of them. I guess overall, this was pretty good. I mean, I'm amazed at the lengths that they've gone to calculate things and figure that out. I know they used to do stuff kind of like that, but it seems like it's gone to a whole new level now, so... which I guess is good. I think it's almost by necessity. It's like, you know, we have to provide, like, hard data, because otherwise the fans are gonna, like, revolt and say, oh no, the Gundam is way faster than Optimus, I don't care what you say! At the end of the day, it's just a video. It's not a big deal. Just chill. I guess production-wise, very awesome, very good, excellent as always, but, I don't know. I thought I was gonna like this one more than I thought I was, but overall it was still pretty good, so, yo! I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.